All right, in our third lesson today, we are going to talk about the grand staff and how to actually read notes on a piece of music. First, let's start off by drawing our staff. We're going to start by drawing 5 lines on your paper, starting right at the top. In music, you can have line or notes on lines or spaces. We'll start by drawing our 5 lines. There's 4 and 5. Next, we're going to draw our treble clef. The way I describe this is drawing half a heart, starting on that second line up. Okay, so trace that again. Half a heart, and turn it into a funny looking 6. Half a heart, funny looking 6, straight down, curly Q. That's our treble clef. Okay, this will be our right hand on the piano. This will be our right hand. We have lines and spaces. Let's talk about the spaces first. From the bottom to top, the spaces spell the word face. So in that space, write an F, we have an A, and a C, and then finally an E. Okay, next we have our lines. Our saying for this is every good boy does fine on the line. Okay, so we have E for every, good is G, B is boy, D is does, and then fine is the top line. Very important to notice, if you start anywhere, for example this A, next we go up in the alphabet. So going up the staff is up in the alphabet, going down is down in the alphabet. Okay, so we have A, B, C, D, E, F, and of course the next letter would be G. One important thing to remember is we only have A through G in music. We never go past G. All right, let's talk about our next clef, which is the bass clef. Before we do that, I want to talk about a very, very important note. Okay, so draw a big, thick line right below our treble clef staff. If you want, you can draw a nice whole note there. This note is super important when we're playing keyboard. This is our middle C. Okay, so you can put middle C right there. Middle C is the note in between directly in between the treble and bass clef staff. Okay, so we're going to draw our bass clef staff next. What I want you to do is draw 5 lines again right below our treble clef staff. These are all of our left hands on the piano. There's 3, 4, and 5. If you have to pause any time to catch up, you can do that as well. All right, let's draw our bass clef staff. How we do that is go 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th line up, draw a dot, and then a half of a heart. That's what it looks like to me. Next important thing, we have 2 dots on the spaces directly next to the start of the bass clef. Whenever we have both of these together, this is called the grand staff. It usually has this cool little bridge between. Okay, let's talk about our bass clef staff. We'll go with the spaces first. We're going to start with all cows eat grass. I think this one's easier because it does start on our first alphabet letter on the first space, so that's an easy thing to remember. Our lines are good burritos don't fall apart. All right, there's our grand staff with our note names. There is this middle ground in between that we need to talk about. If we start at the top of the bass clef, we have the letter A. So all we have to do if we're going up is go up in the alphabet. Okay, so after A comes B. So that's sitting on the space on top of the bass clef staff. After B is middle C. So we've already arrived at that middle C. Next, after C would be the note D. And we know we're right because the next note is E. All right, so these three notes, D, B, and C, are kind of hard to understand at the beginning, but once you start playing piano, they will make more sense. One last thing you might want to do is write down F, A, C, E. So put like treble clef spaces equals F, A, C, E. Face rhymes with space, so that's easy to remember. Treble clef lines is every, good boy does fine. Fine rhymes with line, so that's easy to remember. Next, our bass clef. The spaces is all cows eat grass. And then finally our lines on the bass clef, L-I-N-E-S, are good. Burritos don't fall apart. All right, there is our grand staff and our little reminders of how to find the notes.